Good to see you again, Kirsty.
Good to see you.
So, how are you today?
Doing okay. Doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time we were here, we talked about how much you miss working out, especially since it's you're planning 3 weddings.
Yep.
And you have a night shift job.
Mm-hmm.
And school.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lots of chaos.
Having a hard time finding time to work out when it's such a huge stress relief for you.
Yeah.
So what's happened since our last session?
Well, I adopted 2 new dogs.
Oh.
Which has definitely added to the chaos.
What are their names?
Rogue and Loki.
What kind of dogs?
They are American Blue Heeler lab mixes. So they're adorable, but it's definitely it's not making working out any easier. So there's that. I recently went wedding dress shopping for myself with my sister and my best friend and my mom. That was interesting. So
interesting.
It was frustrating, but not frustrating at the same time, if that makes sense.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I was happy to go, but I was just really annoyed with my sister because she was picking out dresses for me that she wanted, but at the same time, like, I was really trying to understand where she was coming from because, like, I know she wanted the best for me, and she is my maid of honor, but I was like, can you not? So it just made me really stressed out, and I kind of knew it was going to happen, so I kind of set myself up for it, and I didn't know how to be like, can you not, without sounding, like, rude.
So your sister's your matron of honor, and she's trying to help, but she's not.
Yeah. So, and it's frustrating because I've already done so much for her in her wedding that, like, when she tries to control me in my wedding, I want to say not nice things to her. So
it's interesting that you mentioned that she is trying to pick out dresses that she would wear, and yet you are planning her wedding for her, where it sounds more like she's trying to plan your wedding for her and not for you.
Yeah, she's definitely loving the attention. So we have different visions, and I know that, but I don't know if she knows that. So it's a little intense at times, but I do love her, and she is my matron of honor, so I kind of just let it slide, even though it adds to my anxiety.
So you mentioned that it's difficult to schedule time for working out.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what would working out do for you? What do you expect to gain from it?
Stress relief. Definitely a little bit of confidence, some self-esteem boost in there as well. You know, when you look good, you feel good. So
you want to feel your best?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's a lot going on right now. So, like, big life things are going on. So I want to be feeling my best when these best moments of my life are happening.
No wonder.
Yeah.
So, how will you know if you're working out enough? Like, what are you hoping to fit into your schedule, time-wise, feeling-wise, results-wise? What does the outcome look like to you?
Well, originally I wanted to work out 5 days a week for at least 30 minutes. Right. I'm learning that that's a little unrealistic for my lifestyle right now. So I don't really want to put a set, like, amount of time that I have to work out or a set number of days. I just want to work out to the point where I'm not feeling on edge and feeling like I'm going to snap at someone 24/7. So I don't know how little that is, how much that is. I don't have that balance yet. So
when you say you won't be snapping at people, is there a way that you could rephrase that into a positive?
I guess I could try to take a step back and use, I don't know how to say it, but like positive words and like remove myself from the situation when I know I'm going to get like annoyed and to the point where I'm going to lose it on someone. So I guess recognizing in myself that I'm getting to that point and know when I need to remove myself from that situation.
Okay. So, how will your life be affected by this change, working out?
Like I said, I'll probably be less stressed.
Less stress.
I'll be feeling better about myself. It'll help me get into a little bit more of a routine, especially because I will be off third shift this week and I'll be on first shift. So I will be able to go to work out, go to class, go home, do homework. So a little bit more routine will probably keep me a little bit more sane and stable. So
That's good. I remember last time we met, we talked a lot about chaos, and now it seems like we're talking more about structure.
yes,
Excellent.
yeah. Being on third shift, even though you do have a set shift, it's still absolute utter chaos because you want to sleep, but you can't sleep because there's things going on that you have to do, and then you get sleep deprived, and then you go crazy. But with this new job and being on first shift, it will be Monday through Friday, 7 to 3, no weekends. So it's very structured, which I think will be very beneficial to me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So I know that we've already talked about this a little bit, but what is officially stopping you from already having achieved this? What are your obstacles?
Besides the time, I definitely would say my energy levels and my motivation. I keep putting it off, like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it next week, and that turns into months, and then you're like, oh shit, I wanted to like be working out this whole time, and I haven't, and then that like leads into like a guilt trip of like, well, if you already haven't worked out, go ahead and have that Taco Bell, like, who cares? And then it's just like an ending spiral. And
So it's sort of like the slippery slope effect.
yes,
One
absolutely.
thing leads to another.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you envision this this all starting? If we were to set some goals, what would be step one? Actually, first, what would your goal be? As to work out. You said 5 days a week is not realistic. What kind of time frame would be realistic?
Right now, I would say 2 to 3 times a week. Just with like the transition of everything, and then with having the weekends off now, I think that would be like a good time to at least get it twice a week, and then so I would say 2 to 3.
Okay, excellent. So, what have you tried already?
I've tried to like go home right after third shift and work out, but then I can't sleep, so I'm running on no sleep, so that's crazy. I tried working out after class, but then like my body's not used to it. It's 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like, why are you working out? Like, we don't have motivation or the energy for this. So I guess I just don't have like the timing down.
Okay. So what are you willing to try instead?
I'm trying to like try anything at this point. I'm thinking maybe I need to like switch up my workout, which I don't really know where to go from there, because like I said last week, I'm used to like heavy, intense CrossFit workouts, but I tend to get burned out really quickly with those. So I don't know if I need to like look into other workout options or not.
That's an idea, maybe breaking it down into smaller steps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, what would you imagine step one being if we're going to be breaking it down into steps?
Maybe just running for like 10-15 minutes instead of doing like a full-blown like full body workout, like just doing a little bit of cardio to like ease into it.
Yeah, that might be a good place to start. I remember you mentioned in our last session that running was too easy, or that it was a little bit boring, but now it sounds like that would be a good place to find some motivation.
Yeah. boring might be good at this point just because everything else is a little chaotic. I don't think I need to add a chaotic workout to that chaoticness.
Yeah. And then you don't have to jump into CrossFit. You can build yourself up.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. So, what resources do you already have for this?
I definitely have a lot of online resources. I know I have a lot of workout programs that I can follow, even though a lot of them are CrossFit. Some of them are very low impact, a lot of like air squats and push-ups and stuff like that. I do have a running app on my phone that I could easily use. My boyfriend, well, he's my fiance now, is an avid runner, and he ran track and field like all through college and high school. So like he will definitely support me with wanting to run more. So I got some good resources. I guess I just really need to like start utilizing them.
What resources do you still need? I remember last week we talked about having a planner. Do you still feel like that would help?
A planner would definitely help. I think resources that I also could use is where to run. So I'm just not sitting and like running on a treadmill and the same thing. Like if I found new like places to run like in a park or something, I could run with like my dogs to make it easier. So they're also getting exercise and not being ornery at night when I'm trying to sleep. So I guess those resources would be good too.
Excellent. So basically, it sounds like you have a better idea of how to make this work, especially since you're going to be switching to first shift.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like it's going to open up a lot of time for you.
Yes.
And then with a planner, you can organize your time better, prioritize. So with that and the dogs, do the dogs like to work out with you?
Yeah, they are definitely very still puppies, even though they're 2 years old. So they like to go out and run and be a little bit crazy. So
yeah,
burn some energy for them too.
Yeah, it's exciting because what seems to be chaotic last week seems to be falling into place this week.
Yes,
Excellent.
definitely.
So what do you hope to accomplish this week before we meet again?
Maybe just get some like concrete goals of like actual action steps that I can start taking within treatment and therapy.
Okay, so what would that look like? Between now and next week, what do you hope to accomplish, and how do you hope to accomplish it?
I want to be running at least 2 times a week. I probably should do like 10 minutes. I feel like that's reasonable. It's nothing too crazy, nothing too over the top. So
okay,
ease into it.
Yeah, running twice a week.
Okay. Yeah.
Is there anything else that comes to mind?
Maybe that, and finding new like running routes, like just getting resources on maybe like the parks that we have, like the metro parks. I know we have a ton of them in Toledo, so just like maybe seeing which ones have different routes and which ones are dog friendly that I can take my boys to. So
Wildwood is dog friendly.
I live right by there, so that's good to know.
Excellent.
All right.
Well, is there anything else I can do for you today?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you for coming in and enjoy your run.
Thank you.
And I will see you next week.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.